All right, so now this step is called the swirl. And again, like most steps in this module, you might look at it and think, I can do that really easily. But I'm going to show you how you really need to use your hips to give better definition to this step. It might, like if you ever seen ballroom dancers or even salsa dancers moving very, very poignantly with their feet, this step might remind you of that. I'm going to show you a couple variations, and again, we're going to really tap into our hips and our knees to give this step a little bit more angular clarity. Let's get to it. The timing of the swirl is pretty easy to identify right off the bat. Feels like the heel toe, where you're stepping in, out, in, out. The hard part is giving a swirl type look to your hips and your upper body to make this move look a lot smoother. Now, to build the swirl in the hips, when you bring your knee in, feel like it's angled in the direction of your standing leg, and you're going to cross your other hand over to your shoulder. It feels like you close your body. Then when you step out, you open your hand to the front and you twist your hips and your knees and toes in the opposite direction. Every time you step in, you close your knee and your shoulder, and then you open in the opposite way. When you use the arm the way I'm doing, it's going to connect your body to the motion that your hips are facing. Eventually, you're going to feel a really smooth pivot after you step in and pivot to the opposite side. When you bring your foot in, don't use the tip of your toe, but the ball of your foot to strike. This is going to ground you a little bit more and make it easier to feel where your weight is. Once you get used to this slowly, try to pick up the tempo. Try to maintain the rhythm of the swirl. If you start to feel stiff, go back to slow. You can double up on one side simply by bringing one foot in, bringing it out, bringing it again, and then switching sides. Similar to the skate, this move is just going to be a little bit faster. You're constantly shifting your weight to the outside standing leg, so don't stand in place and just move your feet. Try to shift your weight and use your hips to work every time you step. If you want to make the timing a little bit more complex, you can do a single, and then a double on one side to change up your weight transfer. You can also do a swirl to the back. Move your body forward just enough so it feels easy to move your back leg in a rhythmic way, just like when you were moving to the front.
You don't know, say my selector got that heavy sound.
You can also switch between front swirls and back swirls. Practicing the swirl in different patterns, whether it's singles, doubles, or mixing the two, as well as front to back, is going to create more flexibility in your body to use this step quickly. Again, if you start to feel like your movement gets too small or that you stop using your hips, go back to using it slow, and then build your way up to speed again. After you practice this move a lot, it's going to feel like a percussive step similar to the heel toe. When you do the swirl, you want to feel like you're bouncing up a little bit every time you come in to keep your body up and light. By the time you get up to speed, you want to be on the balls of your toes.